Okay, so this is question 2 of the moles section. We're looking at iron and sulfur reaction to form iron sulfide. So in the first question, it's asking us to calculate the mass of 2 moles of sulfur. And so what we know now is that the mass of a substance is equal to the number of moles of that substance that we have multiplied by the RFM, or in this case the AR of the substance that we are looking at. So this question is asking us for the mass of 2 moles of sulfur. So we've got 2 lots of a mass, and the mass we are given in the question is 32. And so the mass of 2 moles of sulfur, whereby each mole weighs 32, is equal to 2 times 32, and that's going to give us a mass of 64. And so if we move on to the next question, it's calculating the number of moles in 44 grams of iron sulfide. So this is asking us for the number of moles. So we had a mass equals moles times RFM equation in the first one, but this time the question is asking us to calculate the number of moles. And we used this in a previous question, and it's going to ask us to calculate the number of moles. And we do that by taking the mass of the substance and we divide that by the RFM of the substance that we are looking at. And we know in the question that we have got 44 grams, so the mass is 44. And we need to divide that by the RFM of iron sulfide. Now we're told at the top of the page that the formula of iron sulfide is FeS. So we know we've got one lot of iron and we know we've got one lot of sulfur in that compound. We are given the masses in the question. We're told here that iron is 56 and that sulfur is 32. And so we know if we've got one of each of those, we've got one lot of 56 added to one lot of 32. So 56 add 32 is going to give us the RFM of iron sulfide. That's going to come out as 88. And then if we put that RFM into the equation, we know 44 over 88, and that's a nice looking calculation there. We know that's equal to a half. So we've got half a mole of iron sulfide. Nice looking numbers usually have a feel of being a correct answer. If you've got a number with lots of decimal points and random numbers, sometimes it's probably not correct. Not always, but nice looking numbers have a habit of being correct. So going to the final question, which is greater than this time the number of atoms in 3 moles of sulfur, so 3 moles of sulfur, or the number of molecules in 2 moles of iron sulfide. So obviously this is trying to be a little bit more tricky than it probably needs to be, but we've got 3 moles of a substance, we've got 2 moles of a substance, and so the one with a greater number is the one with 3 moles. So 3 moles of sulfur has got 3 moles of sulfur atoms in it. 2 moles of iron sulfide has got 2 moles of iron sulfide molecules. Now, the fact that the molecule is made up of more things, so 1 iron, 1 sulfur, for example, there's more atoms in it, but that's not what the question is asking us. It's asking us for molecules in 2 moles, and 2 moles of stuff has got less stuff in it than 3 moles. So the one which is greater is the one with 3 moles of sulfur.